Welcome to the first episode of Scuff N Stuff.
Scuff N Stuff.
I'm Cy Yu.
And I'm Monarch.
And today we're talking about VTubers, right? That's what we're doing. We're doing VTubing stuff.
Yeah, episode 1.
Now, before we get started with the episode, I do want to say, in honor of Scuff N Stuff, the world decided to have Scuff. I don't know if you saw that.
I can never be made fun of ever again.
Yeah, no, that was bad. But in all seriousness, if you guys didn't hear, there was a whole global outage, and I did get tagged multiple times, being like, "Man, time for Cy to do some tech support," and I was like,
"Get in there, gamer!"
There is no way in hell I am helping with a global scale scuff. Like this, I got really lucky, so I had to fly out that morning that it was happening. I woke up and I saw so many of my friends be like, "Oh man, my flight got canceled. My flight got delayed, like this, that, and the third." And I was like, I look at Hayden and I was like, "Hey, there's a chance I'm not making it on this flight. So I might see you in a couple hours." Head to the airport. Everything was fine. Everything was fine at the airport that I went to. Like legitimately, there was maybe a 30-minute delay, and I was like, "Here we go." And you know why it was? They didn't have enough flight attendants.
Oh.
It wasn't Scuff. I mean, it's Scuff on the person that overslept, but like,
yeah,
there was no,
Damn, there was no other problem.
Yeah.
The world's on fire, and you're like, "Well, I would like to get a Diet Coke, please, with extra ice." Like you're sitting there fine.
Yeah. So I was just like, all right, well, damn. But I made it just fine. I was very fortunate.
So thankful I was not going to a con that weekend.
Yeah. I'm very fortunate. So,
yeah,
but I just wanted to address it because like folks are like, "Man, Cy Yu tech support really gonna have his work cut out for him." And I was like, "Nah, the real IT tech support has their work cut out for them. Me, I'm over here in my corner, just like thankfully there's no law against like you shouldn't be impersonating tech support because I would be in trouble." I
kind of love it.
I just have like a normal shirt and I've written on it tech support. Like that is what kind of tech support I am.
We should do a stream where you interview like
an actual tech support.
Yeah.
So what do you do for a living? Well, every day I just I get phone calls and usually I tell them, "Did you try turning it on and off again?" And they do that and it gets fixed. And that's usually 90% of the problems, but sometimes there are some actual
them to
issues.
Somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
well,
that'd be pretty funny.
You guys can thank Cy Yu for fixing it. So
no, it was not me. It was not me.
Sing your praises now.
No, it wasn't me. I didn't do anything. In the words, to quote the internet, I didn't do shit.
I would believe. I believe.
Yeah. But that's the story. But now we can talk about like VTubers and all that stuff because I mean that's what we are. How long have you been VTubing? Because I'm almost at 3 years.
I'm almost at 3 years as well. December 11th will be my 3rd year.
Mine's in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, actually in like 9 days. July 30th.
Wow, wait a second. You always make fun of me for being older IRL, but you're older.
As a VTuber?
2D. Yeah.
Grandpa. Oh, how old Grandpa Cy Yu?
Digitally.
I need my pills. Sorry, I have to take my medicine.
Oh, man. But yeah, almost 3 years.
Yeah.
I guess both of us technically, like 2.5, almost 3 years.
If you really think about it, we're both babies.
I know.
A 3-year-old.
We have 5 to 6 years collectively.
Yeah. Golly.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, today's episode is all about VTubing, and you guys asked some questions over on Twitter, as always, that we have pulled from, and we got quite a few doozies. Some questions that I expected, and I was gonna have us talk about anyways. But there's some questions in here that I think are really interesting. But I think we should maybe start with the ones that we always get up front.
Okay.
Kind of get those out of the water.
Go for it.
I would say one of the number one questions I get is how we get our rigs and how much they cost. And Rosie over on Twitter asked, how much does VTubing cost, like model rigs and all that silly stuff? But I'd like to also talk about how we get the models made,
Sure.
because that's asked like on every single TikTok that I ever get.
That
It's
is
like,
true.
What app do you use for that? How do you
What
make that?
app? What do you, dude? I'm still trying to figure out, because there's a difference between 2D and 3D, and I've like tried to start doing research on 3D VTuber models, and man, that sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I have started talks of a 3D, and I've like canceled it like 3 times because it's just.
I feel that.
It's too like I feel like a little fish thrown off a mountain. Like I'm like, oh, what am I doing here? It's way too much tech for me.
Yeah. So these answers we're about to give are all in regards to 2D models,
2D.
not 3D. That's why I bring that up.
Right. And 2D is what you see right now. It's just like a flat model that has motion. Just because it has motion doesn't mean it's 3D. It's technically, we can't like turn around. I can't like show you my booty right now, you know?
Well, I don't know. I feel like 2D models are slowly getting there, because I've seen models that will like straight up do a full like turn. That's
true. And I have seen 3D models that use mostly all of their 2D assets just in a 3D space.
Interesting.
So there definitely is a crossover. But we're talking strictly 2D right now.
Yeah. From our experience.
And there is no magical app. I wish that there was an app where I could just go beep boop boop bop, this hair, these eyes, this body, this outfit. I wish it was so. Yeah, I wish it was like The Sims, but no, everything is fully customized and drawn by hand by an artist that we hire.
Not by me.
No, not by me. I wish that I was this talented. But no, me and Cy Yu hired we hired different artists, actually. There are so many hundreds of artists out there, and they all range in price. But depending on what you want, obviously that will change the price of your VTuber. I will just say, for me, my models usually range 8 to 10K.
We're saying numbers. Okay.
I mean, I'm just going to be fully transparent here. They are expensive models. But they're expensive because we do everything. You don't need to spend that much. And I actually don't recommend getting a model that expensive if you're just starting out and have never streamed before. But that's just where we are at.
I mean, yeah, that is fair. I mean, when I first started out with VTubing, I mean, my model didn't have legs because I didn't even know if I was going to do it, you know, if I wasn't sure if I liked it. And I believe that model, because it was half a body, I think in total it might have cost me like the art itself, I want to say like $1,000, and then the rig was like maybe 600 because I also didn't have a lot of toggles. Now I know it's not cheap, but like for me, especially like if you're going to do VTubing, and this also applies to like voiceover or anything that you might be interested in, try it out, you know, because like it is an expensive thing. So if you're wanting to get into VTubing, PNG tubing is a great thing to start off. And like, I mean, it's just, it can be very expensive. So it's just make sure it's something you really want to do, you know? Because that model was that amount, but even then it was like simplistic stuff. But you have to realize why it costs so much. And it costs so much because it's not, they're just not drawing it and then boom, your model's done. They have to draw each individual piece into a different layer. So every hair strand, every like thing you see on this model, like the mouth, the teeth, the nose, the eyes, the pupils of the eyes, the shine in the eyes, that is all on a different layer. And the more complicated your model gets, like layers wise or just toggle wise or like animation wise, like that will also increase the price of the person who has to rig it.
Everything is also drawn behind. So like for my model, she has so many strands of hair. I think I looked at it once. I think this model that I'm using right now, my Siren model, just in her torso, she has over 200 layers that are all drawn individually, and everything behind. So like even though I have hair like in front of my body, what's behind that is drawn individually. Like she's a huge model. But yeah, so the more layers you get, the more complicated your model. That all depends on the pricing. All the toggles I have, I know you have a ton too. I have like all my arm toggles.
Oh yeah.
Those all have to be drawn individually as well, and
Yep,
those
yep,
will add
yep.
to the price because not only are you charging, are you paying for the artist to draw them, you're paying for your rig team to animate it, to make it come
Yeah.
to life. Ooh, I wish it was just draw it, put it into a program, boom, done.
Yeah, I wish it was way easier.
I wish it was. But yeah, it's all painstakingly hand done. But you're supporting
The
incredible
artists.
artists
Yeah.
and teams. And every year things get better and better.
And when
for
it comes to
VTubing.
the rig, I
Mhm.
think we use the same people, right? The same team.
Yeah, we used Iron Vortex as our team.
Is it Vortex
which
or
are-
Vertex?
Is it Oh, it's Vertex. Sorry.
Okay, I was like, wait, have I been saying
That's
it
okay.
wrong for years?
No, I say Shigo Shiego.
Yeah, legitimately.
I said Darth Vapor earlier, so you know what? It's all
You
just
what?
downhill from here. Yeah, Iron Vertex is the team that we both use for our rigging, which is the animation. But we have
Mhm.
different artists. But there are hundreds and hundreds of artists out there.
Yeah.
You don't need to be spending this kinds. I'm just kind of showing you or telling them what's at the top.
Yeah.
Kind of like what is like the end. If you want to go all out and do everything, it does get pricey.
But
yeah,
I
you can
wouldn't
get a PNG
recommend
VTuber for
going all out at
I
that
would
first.
not. No, no. I would make sure one, you love VTubing,
Mhm.
and two, you have the funds for it.
Yeah.
Because you could put all that money into a VTuber model, realize that you don't love it, and you're out all that money. So I think Cy Yu's suggestion of getting a PNG VTuber is
Yeah.
what I'd recommend too.
And there's
Spend,
and if you're
$50
looking
on
for, if you're having trouble looking for artists, like obviously I usually go through Twitter because the artists are usually there. But then there's also VGen, which is a hub where a lot of artists like, they're from like VTubers to emotes to like alerts, like they're all there.
Yeah, and I saw some people mentioning other websites that are not. You got to be careful about what you who you commission.
Yeah.
Because there are some artists out there. We are in like the age of AI, unfortunately, right now. Just be careful
Yeah.
of who you commission and who you get to do your model. Make sure they're not copying a model or using like somebody else's model. Sometimes if it is cheap, you gotta just be careful that it could be a little bit of a red flag.
For sure.
But yeah, that's my only caveat here is if it's too good to be true, just be careful about who you're hiring.
Yeah, it can be really tricky nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have started the question off right from the from the start, going $10,000.
Yeah, I mean, it's just being realistic, but like,
yeah.
You know,
it's just reality. Yeah, just because that is just how many I get so many comments on TikTok asking about it.
totally fair.
Also, I'm not sure how long your model took. My first model took over a year from concept to art to rigging. So it's also a long process because it is so painstakingly done hand by hand.
My first model, I think, might have been a few. Well, I guess it was like it had to have been like 7 months. Right, because I think I started talking to Iron Vertex around like September. Well, I guess almost a full year now that I think about it.
Yeah, right? Isn't it crazy?
No, maybe because for the first model, it wasn't as long as like everything else.
Right. Well, you didn't have legs. It was just it was a half model.
Right.
Which is really smart, actually.
Yeah, because a lot of the times, like, you really don't need. I'm gonna be honest. Like, how often are you looking at the bottom of your legs? Like, as a VTuber.
Yeah.
Like,
no, not. Which is why, like, Monarch's fin, I have it flipped up because you rarely see her full body.
Yeah.
Which when you released your half model, I went, damn it, that was smart. I went, shit.
Honestly, the main reason why I like having the full model is like for artists and promotional stuff. And there are some things that you could do with it that are pretty cool.
Yes, yeah.
You know, but waist up, like there's nothing wrong, I think, in my opinion. You will get trolled. You will get flamed. Like, I'm just going to be honest. Like, when I was showed off that I didn't have legs, people were like, ha, he has no legs. And I was like, I can't believe you guys.
Yeah.
But no, this model, the 2.0 model, did take like, I want to say almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Because we've had this design ready since, and my artist can clarify, but I'm pretty sure we've had this design in mind since like the original.
Yeah.
Like literally,
You
because
just,
I
you just
had
couldn't
the
do it all at the beginning.
yeah, like I had
Yeah.
the joke that because this model originally was supposed to be like the villain Cy Yu arc, you know. But then we were like, oh, we just really like the design. But like I think we had this idea like maybe a few months after like the first model came out, and we're like, oh, wouldn't it be cool? Because literally, and as proof, we have a print like the artist is Kohi. We had a Cy Yu print that had 2.0 Cy Yu, Shark Cy Yu, OG Cy Yu, and female Cy Yu. But I hadn't even announced villain like this Cy Yu, which is 2.0.
Is this villain Cy Yu? Is that
This
what you
is
are?
that's what it was originally. That's what I'm saying.
Cute.
Yeah, because I was a menace on Mario Party like back when I first started VTubing. So people were like, he's on his villain arc, and I was like, I'm just playing, bro.
Love it.
But yeah, like originally it was supposed to be like villain Cy Yu, but then we were like, you know what? We'll make it 2.0. And it's crazy because recently we started working on like a design, a concept I had, and it's funny because it came from like auditioning for VShojo, and I got mad at myself because I came up with the idea after I submitted my audition, and I was like, damn it, that would have been a great fuck. So I'm just like, well, this could be a cool model. So I took this idea that I wanted to use for the audition, and I was like, oh, this could be a cool model. So I don't know. And it's funny because I was like, it's not gonna be 3.0. And every time I bring it up to Simba, he's like, bro, the more you talk, the more it sounds like 3.0. And I'm like, God damn it, no, no, it's not.
Wait, how many do you have right now? What?
Well, I have this one. I have the Cy Yu No, which is Cy Yu cosplaying a Cyno. Then there's OG. Should I count the one with legs or without legs?
I think that's like one model.
Okay, then OG, female OG, Shark. Technically an Animal Crossing model that I haven't used in a while. A Honkai Star Rail model that was like a little chibi. Yeah, and I think that's it for now.
Cute.
Yeah, I do have models being worked on. So
yeah, me too. This actually leads into one of the questions that I had pulled out from Lady Blue over on Twitter. What are some of the differences timeline-wise rigging needs between upgrading to a whole new model and getting a new outfit for an existing model, like Cy Yu's Cy Yu No fit? Which you were literally like we're answering this question as I was reading it. I was like, wait.
It's so funny because I'm looking at some of the questions and we're just naturally like bringing up the answers to those questions. Yeah. So if we don't bring up your name, sorry, but we technically have answered your question. I think it depends, right? Because like if it's an outfit, it would depend on if you're using the same base.
Yes. Yeah, which actually I have commissioned my model to do a Barbie version of Monarch where she's literally just naked. I literally have just like a naked version.
I see. Yeah.
Like
okay.
I have like, and then I can just change her clothes. We have her base, like we have like a bald naked Monarch, and we just like put clothes on her.
Damn, bald. Where's the toggle?
I know. I gotta have one.
Where's the ball toggle?
I know, right? I just like her face a lot, and I like the base model, and I like the fact I like the idea. But yeah, you can also just. I know you've commissioned different artists to do full model redos.
Yeah, Cy Yu No is probably the first one where I was like, I would like the same artist to do a different outfit. But the thing is, for me, I like supporting different artists and trying out different art styles. So then it's like it's easier to differentiate.
I feel it.
So I don't know. I think it's cool. So the artist that did 2.0 is Zane S Zane, and they did my Shark model, and I went with them for 2.0 because everybody loved how they did the floofy hair. So I was like, well, might as well keep it consistent, you know. So
yeah, no, I liked it. Yeah, I liked the style.
But I don't know. I just like going to different artists, which can get a little complicated when you're a robot. Because I found out through Iron Vertex, not a lot of people know or are comfortable doing like mechanical bits.
Yeah. A lot of artists won't do like furry stuff, and they won't do mech stuff because it's hard to draw.
And not just that, but like mech and a male, right? Because like I
Right.
found out that there's a lot of artists that are comfortable, and this makes sense. Like some artists are comfortable drawing males, some artists are comfortable drawing, female Vembies, like But a lot of the artists that could draw mechs couldn't draw males, except for very few. But I was like, thank God that Zan could.
Yeah, it's actually very common in the art world. It's very interesting. Yeah. That's really cool though. But yeah, that also will, like, going back to the first question, that will also change your price. Like doing a whole new model, doing all the face
1000%.
again, rigging all that all over again will be more expensive than just getting a new outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy though. I like that you work with different artists though.
Yeah, no, I mean, look at my convention table. Are you kidding me? I have the terrible habit, which not a terrible habit, but I like to get different. I like to get prints of the same character by different artists, just because I like supporting artists and I like looking at different art. So
yeah. I definitely have my tried and true artists that I use, but I also love commissioning new people.
Yeah. Change it up every now and then.
Yeah, I like supporting different artists. And yeah, you always learn something new when you work with someone new.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. Did you want to choose a question? From
oh, yeah. All right, let me see one that we haven't answered. Okay, the very first one,
Okay.
By Mevi. Mevi Elisa is Law's wife. I'm assuming from One Piece, or do you mean the actual Law? Anyway, this is really amazing.
Life.
Here is my question. What inspired you both becoming VTubers? And were you both nervous to start out as indie VTubers?
So you started first, actually. I mean, because you debuted first, but I think we had our ideas around the same time.
We sure did. I think we found out that we were both VTubing around the same time. And then I remember you showed me some concepts and I was like, there was because I remember the original design was supposed to be, and I remember you're like, it's supposed to be, I don't know if you want me to say it. So
no, I've talked about her.
Oh, okay, great. That it was the shrimp. Yeah. And I was like, oh, dude, you're Gyarados. And you got so upset.
I got so mad we changed the design. Like I was so for that design. I got so mad at that comment that I pivoted.
I was like, bro, you're shiny Gyarados.
So actually, thank you for that, because Monarch would have never been born, because we never would have gone back to the drawing board.
You're so welcome. And I remember when you told me Monarch, I was like, oh, like Venture Brothers? And you're like, what?
No.
The Monarch!
I was like, stop it. Stop saying things. I know.
I mean, I was very nervous because my original thing was I was going to Cy Yu was not the original VTuber model. The original VTuber model was going to be just like a Muppet version of a character I voiced, just as a fun gag for my old YouTube channel. And then when I tweeted about it, Mouse hit me up and they're like, you have to do VTubing. And I was like, oh, what? And she's like, you should do it. I'll help you. I'll connect you to people. And I was like, okay, I mean, sure. And then I actually started thinking about it instead of as a gag. And then I was like, okay, well, I've always needed a mascot for Weeby at the time, which is now Cy Yu, or Cy Yu Music. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, I like Mega Man. And I'm all about, the sci-fi aesthetic, like the, Battle Network and Star Force and, Mega Man X and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, well, worst case scenario, I have a mascot for my cover band. And best case scenario, I have a mascot for my cover band and I'm a VTuber. So
all the things.
Yeah. And the funny thing was, I actually talked to him about this like the weekend of Anime Expo, because I went to a different con. KG Tang. The joke of Cy Yu, and a lot of people think Cy Yu stands for Sino and Jingyuan. That is not the case. Cy Yu stands for Cyborg Seiyu. Seiyu is the Japanese word for voice actor. And that's what it was. I was like, KG made a joke that robots were going to take over voiceover.
Too funny.
Yeah, so literally I walked up to KG like a few weeks ago and I was like, by the way, you're the reason Cy Yu is Cy Yu. And he's like, what? I was like, because you would always joke about this, and that's what I base Cy Yu off. And he's like,
yeah.
Well, damn, that's really cool.
Yeah, that is awesome. Oh, no. And then the AI world was like, knock, knock.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute that Mousy was like,
Yeah.
that's so cute.
Yeah.
I know. I remember her tweeting being like, everyone will become a VTuber.
Yeah, she meant that.
Yeah, that was back
She
in the
meant that.
day. Yeah. No, I love it. I love that the world is expanding and that we're all lifting each other up. I respect it.
What?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, what about you?
So I've been doing covers for like 18 years, and I've always had a persona in all my music videos. The self-insert, I got made fun of it for so long, and
Yep.
now look at us, we're all self-inserting.
Oh, what a weeb.
Starting the trend. And when VTubing became a thing, I think it was the first Hollow Girls that launched. And I remember I saw their debuts and I saw their announcements, and I was like, oh my God, I can actually be an anime girl. I can actually have a model that moves. Because I had you know, a silver-haired, blue-eyed like character in all my videos for years and years and years. And I was like, oh my God, I can actually like create a character and stream as her, because I was streaming at the time as a face camera. And I hated it because I hated doing my makeup and having, you know, to get dressed, and all the comments are, you look tired today. And it drove me crazy. I was like, I love streaming. I hate being on camera. So when VTubing became a thing, I was like, oh my God, I can just stream and have a model. And that kind of, I immediately started talking to my team. And everyone was into VTubers because obviously Hollow was a thing, and it was becoming like, you know, it was becoming like, it was taking over the internet. And so, yeah, that's why I created Monarch. So I was like, I just want to stream without without being on camera. And I also just love the idea of forming lore. I'm really into D&D and stuff and creating characters. So Monarch was inspired to be like a big bad villain, obviously. Obviously, she's changed over the years, but yeah, I just wanted to stream.
Oh, that's really
you
cool.
Look tired. Yeah, women love to hear that, by the way, guys. Women love to hear
you
how
look
tired they
tired. Yeah, I hate that. All right, I'm not gonna lie. Halfway through that, I had to go check if my coffee was here.
I was about to say you reverted to like T-pose Cy Yu for a second,
great.
but I didn't want to comment on it.
Yeah, turns out my coffee's not here and I got robbed, so that's cool. Anyway.
So they delivered it and took it?
Yeah, I guess so. That's cool. That's fine.
I can't wait. Go check like your go.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's
fine. I'll just order coffee from somewhere else. No, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good.
Go out there and just go chase them down.
What, you want me to be like, where the fuck is my coffee?
Yeah, exactly that. Oh man, I hate that. It's happened to me once or twice. Literally, it's so sad because you get the photo and you're like, oh, it's at the door, and you open the door and it's gone.
Never trust these bastards. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just order coffee from somewhere else. It's fine.
Oh my God. Well, I hope you get a refund.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's really cool that you know, our origins and all that.
Yeah. So cute though. Hell yeah. And I hope more actors become VTubers in the future.
Yeah.
Which actually leads into a question that I saw that I don't think I actually pulled.
Oh.
But
oh, great! Now I'm getting a phone call.
Looks like Fanimation Mike over on Twitter did ask if a voice actor wants to eventually become a VTuber on Twitch or otherwise, should they start out as an on-camera creator first? Which I thought was an interesting question. And no, I think you can just start streaming with whatever you have.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
I've gotten this question. I've gotten this question at like conventions, like not this exact one, but I've had it where it's like, do you have to be a content creator to be a voice actor? And I'm like, no. And the same goes for VTubing. You don't have to be a voice actor to be a VTuber. You don't have to be a VTuber to be a voice actor. Like, if you want to do that, like, it just depends what route you want to go, you know?
Right. Yeah, and you don't even have to, you can be a voice actor without being a content creator.
Yeah.
And you can be any of those things independently. That's just what we happen to do because we just like doing multiple things. We happen to do it all, but you can definitely just do the one thing.
Yeah.
I just get bored. I have to do a million things. Otherwise, my brain tells me that I'm not good enough.
speaking to the choir. Preaching over here.
Sometimes I'll be so tired because I'm just like, my day is full of shit, and I'll like lay down, close my eyes, and then like my eyes will open because it's like, I'm not doing enough.
Dude, I feel that. Also, now my coffee got delivered. Hold on. God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you distracted.
Your deliverers in chat, they heard.
Dude, they literally, the moment I was like, I'm getting a refund is when I got a phone call from DoorDash or something, and I was like, I didn't even order this from DoorDash. How the fuck? So I'll be back.
Okay. I will mention that many voice actor friends of mine, and I believe Cy Yu's as well, have talked about getting into VTubing, and I back it. If any of my friends or mutuals hear this and want to get into VTubing, let me help you. I'll set you on the right track. But yeah, I'm very excited for more people to get into VTubing. It's really fun to do. You know, there will always be slow parts in our careers as artists, and I think it's fun to have something else creative to do on the side. I got you.
All right.
I definitely want to see more VTubers. I was talking about friends who have reached out and have considered doing VTubing, and I support it. I want more people to do VTubing on the side.
No more voice acting VTubers. No. None of that.
Yes.
Only me.
No.
Fuck you and your dreams. No, I'm just kidding.
I was saying, like, in a creative like career, like acting, there's always like slow points, and I think it's fun to have something creative on the side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally, like there's so many variety of VTubers. It's not just like, let's play a video game, you know? Like so many people, like, I mean, Geary with the way she does the cooking streams, I think is so like, I'm still questioning. I'm like, how the hell do you green screen your arms?
There's
like,
some
what
tech in there.
Yeah, like what is the tech? Do you have like a collar thing to hold your phone so then you're never like not in sync with the model? Like, you know, there's so many creatives out there, and I'm like, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was like, oh, I'm thinking of doing this for a panel, and I was like, why don't you do that for a stream? He's like, what?
Ooh.
I'm like, that sounds genius. Like, I'm like, that you're combining your two loves. Absolutely, put them together, and then what? So yeah.
No, I would love to see more interesting VTubers too, like people who do take their hobbies and kind of incorporate them.
I mean, Hayden, like Hayden as Scylla, Hayden literally makes dice on stream.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah,
very cool.
The whole resin thing, and I'm like, I don't know how any of this stuff works.
Me either. I think it's interesting though.
Yeah.
I love combining. I would love to see like a horror VTuber that like just like reads like spooky stories.
You just want a Bracken.
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
And then they went in there, and he goes into the room, and suddenly,
once
the
he starts to like me,
slasher is killing him.
You want what?
Let me have my dreams.
Oh, sorry. You wanted.
So there I was, in the back of the room.
Do not stop voicing the Bracken.
Stop voicing the Bracken.
Stop voicing the Bracken. Or I'll find a character that you really love that hasn't been voiced yet. And you know what? We've manifested so much shit over the last couple months.
Can I just say, our manifestation game is crazy.
Yeah, we're pretty powerful. So
the Ranma remake?
The Ranma remake,
Dude, your anime?
The Imaginary Earth remake. I was literally talking about 2NE1 yesterday, the K-pop band that disbanded in 2011. They just announced they're coming back. I was like, are we superheroes?
All right. Dan Angel or in High School Host Club.
Yeah.
2025.
Kingdom Hearts 4.
It. Well, Kingdom Hearts 4 is already announced.
It's announced, but the last one took like 19 years or something.
Yeah, but like, it's out there.
Yeah. Well, I manifest it actually coming out.
Sly Cooper 5.
Fair.
Soul Eater Brotherhood.
Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders.
But yeah, I think Soul Eater would happen maybe after Fire Force is done, because they just announced a new season. Anyway, this episode's about VTubing.
Game of Thrones wins at winter. Bring it.
Oh, whoa.
Where is it?
Whoa.
What?
That's on George. That's not on
I
us.
know. I'm just saying it's like, what are we going to get first? Let's play a game. I was doing that earlier with Chad. I was like, which of these remakes or new installments are going to come first?
Banjo-Kazooie remake. Anyway.
Anyways. Okay, back to the VTubing questions. Did you want to choose one? I feel like I chose, like I did 2 in a row.
I'm looking through them. Okay.
You're good.
This one is from Fender Fox. How do you prioritize growth without taking the fun out of it? Most, if not all, VTubers want to grow, especially at first. However, I feel like focusing too much on doing things that are meta or algorithm friendly makes it feel less genuine. How do you strike a balance?
Interesting. That's a really good question.
Yeah.
I
mean, when
I think...
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
No, go ahead.
No, please. Please.
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
I think it's an important mesh of the two of them. I think most and foremost, it's very important to do what you love because the audience can tell. I can tell when someone doesn't want to be on stream and doesn't want to do something. Like you can just tell. And also it's going to make it a chore for yourself. I'm pretty sure.
What about me?
I can tell you want to leave. No, I'm just kidding.
Finally.
I think you can just tell when someone's having fun or when they're not.
I agree.
And also it's going to make it a chore for you and you're going to fall out of love with it. Pico Park. Yeah, when we were playing Pico Park. See, we ended that. We were over it.
God. No,
but
that's
see,
a different game.
We didn't continue. We were like, we're not having fun. Goodbye. I think it's very important to notice that.
God. Yeah. But I mean,
Pico Park.
There is some validity to it because I'm going to be honest. When I first started VTubing, I did play the algorithm game.
I did too.
Did you take those popular TikTok sounds and recreate them with your own voice?
I did not do that.
I did do that. I did that.
Did it work?
Did impressions. It did work. It got eyes on me for sure. And then eventually I just started uploading clips of myself. I think what people, like folks who are in this business, who are wanting to do VTubing and all that stuff, hell, even just content creation, they sleep on uploading on everything, right?
Yes.
They'll just be like, oh, I'm going to upload on TikTok and that's it. Or I'm just going to stream. You you will not see any growth if you're starting from nothing and only stream. You have to like either put yourself on like TikTok, on Instagram Reels, on YouTube Shorts, because if you don't, and a perfect example is like whenever we go to cons, right? I have so many people approach me being like, "Oh, I saw you on TikTok. I saw you on Instagram.
Yeah.
I saw you on YouTube Shorts." And
I
always ask them,
and they say no. Yeah.
And I always ask them. I'm like, "Oh, what about on YouTube?" I don't use YouTube. I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I don't use Instagram. I don't use TikTok.
Yep.
And some are like, "Oh, I'm too young for Twitch," or "Oh, I just could never get into Twitch." You know, some folks just like to see the funny bits, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think it's important to have content that is digestible for every single type of viewer.
100%.
Yeah, we can have the streams for people that like watching streams live. We can have the VODs for people who just want to watch it after work, watch a whole, 4 or 5 hour stream. People that don't have time for that, just want to watch a 10-minute version, have your highlights, have your clips, have your short little... people who are only on TikTok who are maybe younger, people who are maybe older and just watch Instagram Reels, or
people, because this is what I do, and I'm not even kidding. People who just want something in the background, like those hour-long VODs, just leave that there, and then I'm like, cool, I gotta work. I'm gonna play a game while I listen to this, or just have this in the background because ADHD, baby, let's go. Yeah.
And I think it's important also to do other stuff. Do some covers, do some music.
Yeah.
Everything that you can do, you're hitting a different audience. So you definitely diversify. I mean, the age-old, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
1000%.
But yeah, I do see people, unfortunately, fail all the time where they're only doing one thing. You have to do it all. And why not? Why not? Like TikToks, you can upload that to YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. It's the same content, just on a different platform. You're really narrowing down your chance of getting maybe like your 1% of viewers who absolutely love you and who will watch everying you do.
For sure.
Got to do it all. It's exhausting though. I will say it's a lot of work.
I feel like for us, it might It's a little crazier just because we do voiceover, we do the conventions, and we do streaming.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're just doing the content creation, you can focus on all those things. It is exhausting, but you don't have to worry about the traveling. You don't have to worry about, it's like, okay, you'll probably have to worry about your normal 9-to-5 job if you have one, or 9 to 6, or however your hours are. But it's just like with all the, it can get complicated. So time management is important. Have a calendar. Have a calendar.
Yeah. I would also say just streaming one thing also is you don't want to ever pigeonhole yourself.
Yeah.
You don't want to ever really niche yourself. You want to obviously have your things that are niche that people find interesting and unique about you. Like for us, like the voice acting's a thing, the singing's a thing. Those are things that we love to do, but we do also do things outside of that. We play different games. We're trying new stuff. I know you do a lot of like reaction stuff, which that's how people find you for doing stuff. I think it's super smart. But yeah, do as much as you can. I like to call it, and someone has called it this way to me before, but spaghetti at the wall in the beginning to see what sticks.
Sure.
Yeah, just do it all to see what works for you.
Also,
the algorithm's one algorithm on one platform is gonna like you for something.
Yeah. I off stream will play video games with like my cousin or Hayden, or just chill on the couch or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm about to go on a tangent. Has nothing to do with VTubing. It has to do with a game
All right.
I was literally playing. I'm just going to be 100% honest. Halo Infinite. I love Halo. I played Halo 3 when I was a kid. And then played through all the Halo games. Still been playing the Halo games. Halo Infinite campaign is some dog shit. It's so fucking bad, bro. Like, I'm just like, what happened? What is going on? It was so buggy. We were on the final mission and it glitched. We had to redo the final mission, not even exaggerating, 7 times. Because
you should stream it.
No. It's
play the most bugged game of all time.
Sonic
VTuber.
Boom. I want to. I'll do that.
You should just have a week where you stream really glitched games.
Yeah, I should. That'd be funny, actually.
Cy Yu glitch week or something.
Cy Yu Scuff week.
Scuff week, yeah.
Fuck.
Where you just play like the world's most scuffed games and like just see what happens.
Oh God. Every day is a different one.
But yeah, see, that's the thing that's like you're like that's a niche, but you're expanding upon it. Like people know you for or know us for Scuff or you for IT stuff. But I think it's a good example.
Yeah,
for people who are listening.
It's just so bad. It made me. It's so funny because before that I was like, man, I don't like this game. Like not in the Halo franchise. So another franchise I liked was Gears of War. Right? I was so confused with Gears of War 4 that I was like, I don't know if I like Gears anymore. But I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed it because I literally spent all night playing it with my cousin. This is the same cousin that has your body pillow, by the way. Yeah.
My number one fan, indeed.
Yeah. And we'll play games from time to time. And after playing Halo Infinite, I'm like, maybe I was too harsh on Gears of War 4. Maybe I was too harsh because Halo Infinite is rough. It's just like a lot of the stuff is not justified, and it ended exactly how I thought. And I told myself, if this happens at the end of the game, I am going to delete it. And bar for bar, it happened exactly what I thought. And I'm like, I am deleting this game right now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So I should not. No one should play it, is what you're saying.
If you're going to play Halo 1 through 3 and ODST.
I've heard people have been telling me to play some Halo games.
Yeah. Halo as a multiplayer is great. Halo Infinite is, I don't even know, bro. Hey, play the Master Chief Collection. That game is great.
Okay.
Oh, and Halo Reach, obviously. My bad.
It's on my list.
Yeah. Great series. Up until 4, 5, and 6. Or Infinite. 4 and 5 are better than Infinite. But yeah.
That's so many games.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Maybe they'll have a comeback one day.
It's fine. VTubing. Let's go. It's fine.
Talking about some Scuff. Let's see. Dual Trainer Neon over on Twitter. They asked, always been curious, what are the most common difficulties you've encountered with rigging / stream setup? Which leads really nicely. Yeah.
What are the most difficult things?
Interesting you should ask. I wouldn't know anything about things that are difficult or like scuff or anything. Like that's just not really my kind of problem. I know people do have that problem. I'm so glad it's not me. Really just blessed.
Having the exact same issue for the last 3 years.
Truly blessed.
How's your audio?
I couldn't really say. Taps chin.
Hey, Monarch, what's that red dot on OBS?
What's that red dot? Hit stream, start streaming when I meant to hit starts recording, and actually that accidentally streams me recording a bunch of TikToks.
Have you done that?
Yes. My life is the plot of that new anime that's coming out. Yeah, I was recording a TikTok being like, "Hi, my name's Amelie. You might hear me of these voices. Kitagawa." And I literally got through like an entire version of that TikTok before I looked over and saw chat. And I went, "Why are people in chat right now?" And then I realized that I was streaming.
Hi, you may be wondering who I am. I'm Cy Yu. I'm the Wait, what the fuck?
But I messed up like so many times.
Oh, yeah. You're like, "Hi, I'm Monarch, and I'm the..." Shit, let me do that again. That was awful.
Let me start over. I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Monarch. No, that was terrible inflection.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then I got
all right,
so
you got
embarrassed.
this. Come on, bitch. Do it once. Come on. All right.
And I didn't even play it off cool. I ended stream immediately.
Bro, that would actually be so goddamn funny, though. Like, what a funny-ass stream. You just start up, no notification, no nothing, and you're just like, all right. And it's like behind the scenes of like, all right. Hi, how's it going? God, I'm so fucking annoying. Maybe I should write this down. And then you're not knowing it, doing anything, and you're just like, okay,
listen, April Fool's is coming around the corner again, as it always does.
Bro, that would be such a funny-ass stream.
Would be.
Like you're fully aware, but you pretend you're not.
I mean, there was that one time that I was on my ending soon screen for like an hour and you had to text me.
That's right.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, brother, did you know you're still alive?"
I was like, "Huh?" I was like in my bath. Like I was relaxing. I was like, "Huh?"
I do remember that.
I got out. I rushed over to my PC. I was like, "Oh no!"
At first, I was like, at first I thought it was one of those where it's like, you've like, your computer will glitch out and then.
That's what happened. Yeah. I turned my computer off before stream had actually ended. Like I clicked the button, but I guess it didn't register. So my computer turned off, and so I walked away from it. But then it was like application still running. And
yeah, I was gonna say, that's
what happened.
What must have happened.
So I was like, huh?
Oh my god, bro! How do you? So what was the question? How do you deal with technical?
What are the most common difficulties you've encountered?
Forgetting to turn off OBS, apparently.
I will just say, as a disclaimer, everybody gets scuff.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Scuff. You cannot fear the scuff god because he will meet you one way or the other. All of us do.
Yeah. No, that is 1,000% true. Like, obviously, you are notoriously known for it at this point.
Unfortunately.
Well, I mean,
it's a crown I do not accept.
And a crown, you should literally just get a model, like a toggle specifically for like a dunce crown, but it's scuff.
I should get like a little like glitching monarch.
Oh, that'd be cute.
That would be cute.
But yeah, everybody gets scuff. I mean, Joel makes fun of your scuff more than anybody I know. And this motherfucker scuffs too. I scuff.
Why?
But I will say, I am sick and tired of folks being like, someone is scuffing. And I'm like, how? How are they scuffing?
I know. I get annoyed, but I mentioned it before. I have like one mosquito brain cell in my head rubbing my little hands together going, if it isn't the consequence of your own actions, if it isn't your turn.
That's so funny.
But Yeah, I mean, we're always going to get scuff. There's nothing that
Yeah.
you can do to stop it. I think the most common scuff problems are, VTube Studio not working, or your phone not syncing,
Yeah.
or the game capture not working. Like, those are pretty common ones.
And legitimately, a lot of those can be fixed with just turning it off and turning it back on.
Yeah.
But the problem is, once you turn off OBS, once you're already live, Twitch is weird, and it'll like throw off, like half your viewers won't even register that you're live. It's a whole thing.
That's
it's
a whole nightmare. That's
thing.
because if you stream twice a day, if you stream twice in one day, it only pushes out one notification a day.
That's so weird.
So that's what happens. Your stream ends, people leave, but then when you restart stream, they don't get a notification that you're live again.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. So it's honestly, it comes with the territory. You are bound to go into technical issues. I literally went into a concert. I went to a concert this past weekend, and literally I felt so bad. In the middle of their performance, a mic goes out because there was feedback. So they had feedback because the performer had a mic on his head, like a headset mic, and then he had the mic in his hand for this specific moment. And I guess the tech didn't realize, oh, let me turn off the headset mic. And then, so feedback happened. They fixed it, but then they turned off both of his mics. So his singing parts weren't there for the rest of the song. Which sucks. And the guy was amazing, but like, I'm just like, damn, that sucks. And no one was like, what the fuck? Everyone's like, they just clapped. They're like, hey, he kept going. We saw he was still singing. Like, we saw his mouth moving, so he was still there. But the show must go on.
Pros get it. That sucks.
Yeah. So even in this concert hall, like technical issues will happen regardless. So if you're dealing with tech issues, it's okay. Take a breather. Don't freak out. You're gonna be fine. Yeah. It's an easy fix. It is irritating, I won't lie, and it can be frustrating, but you got this shit. It's half the time it is literally turning it off and turning it back on.
Yeah, I would recommend just rolling with the punches. I used to get so stressed about tech issues. Now I think it's so funny because chat will be like, the content we tuned in for, and we like turn it into like a funny content moment.
They grab their popcorn. Finally,
yeah, exactly.
This is what I'm here for, baby.
Finally,
I'm here for the chaos. Yes.
Yeah, I know. So you gotta roll with it. Make it funny. Do what you can. It's frustrating to everybody, but all you can really do is make it a bit.
Yeah. And speaking of bits and chaos, this next question is for you specifically because I don't have this. I think this was answered, but I'm curious. Why do you use 2 PCs instead of 1 when VTubing? This is by Edabi at Oshizagi.
So my model is just really large. She's just a very, very large model. I remember when my first model got done, I remember Soy from Iron Vortex, which is our Vertex, sorry. Every time. Even they were like, your model's really large for like a VTuber model. And that was my 1.0. Now I have like my 3.0, which is even a larger model if it's even possible. She's just a big lady. She's a big gal. My computer can barely, so I run her and my stream on one PC, and I cannot run anything else. If I open like the internet, like Google, it starts to like lag. Like I literally can't run anything else. So I have a whole other PC just for the game so that I can play.
Man, you should really get a... No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to throw in the sponsor.
You should really get a third PC.
No. But that is the thing, right? Like, honestly, as complicated as what you're doing sounds, it is probably the right thing to do when you have a model that is so large in like data. The other thing you could do is get a super powerful computer, but then you're literally going to pay like $5,000, if not more, unless you build it yourself, which let's be honest. And this isn't just you. I'm not building my own fucking PC anymore. Last time I built my own PC, it was a disaster. I'm not doing that. Are you doing that?
My stream PC is still the one that I built, but it's time to replace it soon.
But did you build it?
I was there.
You were there. Someone built it for you. That's what I'm saying. I was physical. Yeah, you were physically there. You were supervising. We'll say that. I was
supervising. Yes.
But what I'm saying is, if you don't know how to build a PC, or if you're not comfortable, there are pre-made options. But obviously because they're pre-made, they are
Expensive.
way more expensive. So that is something to keep an eye out for. But so your options are either you build your own computer, you buy an expensive ass computer, or you do the dual PC setup. But you don't have to do that right away. It's only once, like, if you have a model that has an insane amount of layers, an insane amount of toggles, an insane amount of just like file size.
Yeah.
That's when you should look into the other options because I don't have 2 PCs. I have a mega computer. So
I will say I will never go back to one PC. Despite all of the stress that the 2 PCs has given me in the past, I feel like I figured it out. And I like that if my game crashes, it doesn't fuck up my stream because it's in a totally different PC.
That's fair.
I like being able to control alt delete and restart the game PC if something happens.
Sure.
And not have my stream end.
Yeah. And if your computer, the one with the game crashes, your streaming one is still good to go. So.
Yes. Yeah.
That is totally valid. There's like plus and minuses to both, right? So, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I know. It just depends on what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also the dual PC is content. Going back to content.
You actually move them now, right?
What do you mean?
Because they were stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, no, I bought a piece of not furniture, but it's like two layered like wheelie thing, and I have them separated. So
okay,
like,
now because I remember you bought that thing, and then
I stacked them. Yeah,
and
I just raw
then
dog
you
stacked
didn't
them.
use them, and then you didn't use it.
Yeah, I had it built for like ever. That was my ADHD. I like built it and put it into a corner and went, I'll deal with it. Because I didn't want to unplug it all, which I actually was right. I was like, if I unplug both my computers, I'm gonna get scuffed. Like there's so many wires back there.
That's why you test.
Yeah, I know. So it took me like 2 days to get my I couldn't stream for like 2 days because like nothing was working.
Yeah.
But I figured it out.
Yeah. Got it. I'm so dude, when you told me it's like, oh, I stacked them on top of each other, I'm like, they need to breathe.
They're still stacked, but there's
a gap. They're not stacked on top of each other.
Also, this way I can wheel it out and like fully clean it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they're off the floor. They're not.
There is a very big difference between them being stacked on top of each other and then stacked on this platform thing.
Yeah. It's like a piece of furniture, really.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they were working just fine. They were little champs.
They were overheating each other. That's why you don't stack them.
It was recycling.
No, it wasn't.
It was breaths of life. What do they call that when like you're? What do they call that when you're underwater and you have to like
drown?
Has to, like breathe.
It's called drowning.
Isn't it called breath of life? What is that called? So someone's underwater and one person has to go to the top, get a breath of air, and then breathe it into the other person. What is that called? It's called something.
Sacrifice.
Not CPR. It's underwater sacrifice. Underwater.
No, I think it was that Cheek song. What's it called?
Life, but maybe it's not.
What's that Cheek song?
CPR?
No, the other one.
Oh, a titty so big it makes a grown man cry.
That is not the name of the song, but yes.
It's called Cheeks.
CO2 poisoning.
Sure. But listen, they were doing fine for like a whole year.
The siren's call. What the fuck?
Listen.
I'm listening.
They're fine.
They're fine now.
They're strong little soldiers.
God, I just can't believe that. I'm glad they're fine, but oh my God.
I know. For a moment there.
I
was really scared.
Yeah.
But damn. But yeah, if you're out there and you're wanting to get into VTubing, I would say just do it. Get a PNG VTuber. Spend $50.
Yeah, 100%.
See if you even like streaming.
Yeah. Because honestly, that is the best advice that anyone I think could give. Because like, man, I have tried so many different things. There was a portion of my life, and here's the thing: I liked doing this. I just did not have the time. I loved doing animated stories. Like, because they're the storyteller
Yeah.
animators, like Jading Animation, The Odd Ones
You
Out.
should
that
do
kind of thing.
one.
Well,
I've
I've
been
done
telling
one.
you for-
I've done some in the
Oh.
past, and I used to call them sob stories. You know, my last name, and
That's
then
cute. That's
yeah.
cute.
and one of them was talking about fucking Ranma.
Oh wait, truly manifested.
Yeah, that's literally it. Was Ranma was the very first anime I watched on accident.
Mhm.
I was 3 years old, and I was living in South America, and in South America they don't censor shit. So it was the episode where Ranma is in the bathtub, and Shampoo is a little cat at the time, and she jumps into the tub and then becomes a naked woman.
Right.
My mom was there because she put on the cartoon, and she was waiting for the nanny.
No.
And then literally, as that happened, she starts scrubbing through the channel. She's like, "Oh my god!" And then Dragon Ball Z came about, and that is the origin story of Dragon Ball.
That's what hooked you. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, she just saw, cartoon. But yeah, I loved doing animated stories, but I just didn't have the time. I didn't have the time, especially with everything else I was doing. But it was fun, but I had to realize I just couldn't do it. I would like to bring it back at some point, maybe in a different form or a different fashion, but like, yeah. Hey, 2D animators.
You should, but yeah, that also goes back to diversifying your content.
Yeah, because for me, that's some of the funnest stuff seeing on TikTok. There's
Yes, I
a
love the story
D&D
stuff.
group. There's a D&D group that like has literally taken some of their clips and then it gets animated by fans. And
Yes.
I don't even remember the name, but they have like a character. He's like a goblin or something, and he makes these nuts jokes. And at one point, this goblin thing gets cursed and can't make another D's nuts jokes ever again. So they set him up to make a D's nuts jokes, like a Goblin D's, and then another character's like, "What's Goblin D's?" And he goes, and he can't say it. So he's like, "Come on, what is it? Goblin D's?" And he's like,
no.
and then it's like a single tear drops through his cheek. And I was
I've
like,
seen those. They're
dude,
so good.
yeah, those guys are hilarious. But seeing those animated, I was like, man,
No.
I would love to because I love telling stories that happen at like cons and all that
Yes.
stuff. And I'm like, man, if I could get that animated or like these animated.
We've had fans animate some clips of us. and they're
Yeah.
hysterical.
Yeah.
I looked into it once. It was really expensive.
Yeah, it sure is. But it'd be so worth it.
It would be really funny, but I think unless you can do it yourself.
Yeah. Like that's the
it's
thing.
so
If you
expensive.
can do it yourself, obviously. But for me, I'm like, hey,
Yeah, I know.
hey, fellas.
Oh, speaking of Scuff, I can't get this.
Oh, brother. Do you have VTS Reacts on?
Yeah, and the hearts aren't going away on my head.
Just press it on again.
Yeah, that's not doing anything.
Just press the toggle.
It's not, yeah, it's not going away.
On your, like, no, I mean the toggle on your Steam Deck.
Yeah, it's not doing it.
Oh. Go to VTS.
Let me see if I test it. One second. Maybe that will.
Here we go. It wouldn't be called Scuff and Stuff if there wasn't
I
Scuff.
know. There's got to be some Scuff.
Also, to the audio listeners, whenever this gets posted on like Spotify or wherever, man, isn't this a treat for you?
Well, this will probably get cut out, but.
Are you sure? I don't know. Leave it in. Leave it in. Just so then they're
No.
like, just so you can picture it in your mind's eye. She's like, oh yeah, I can see it now. Monarch with hearts on her eyes while holding a dagger and not struggling to take them off her forehead.
I can't figure it out. Here. I'm just gonna. Oh,
I could see
wait,
that siren
parameters?
struggling right now.
Wait, parameters for live 2D item hearts will not be synced. Parameters would bring your. Oh, it's too much. I think it's too large of a file for when we're doing the combined stuff.
When you're doing the what stuff?
Our models are too large, and VTube Studio is telling me that if this thing pops up, it's gonna freeze.
Oh, well, the hearts are gone.
Yeah, I know. Because I clicked the OK button. That's what's happening. Is our models are too big for the share.
Damn. Man, Monarch, how big is your fucking model? A terabyte? Jesus.
He's big. I did a stream with me and me, Joel, DM, and Matara, and literally VTuber Studio was like, no!
Dude, your theme song has to be the Madagascar song, right? I like them big. I like them chunky.
Like them big. I like them juicy.
That song has just been in my head for the past 24 hours because
Moto likes you.
just because of Zenless, just because the ZZZ admin has a TikTok video and it's a whole thing, and I'm just like, God damn it, that song. It's also just catchy. It's just good.
Like them big.
Big. Yeah, like
102 megabytes is how large her zip file is.
Oh. That doesn't. I mean, that's hefty,
though.
but like, I don't know. I guess I'm used to like the the zip, not
zip.
the folder file that you're using.
Let me look up the folder.
Oh no. The zip is different.
It doesn't say.
Well, yeah, it's probably so many files.
Yeah, it doesn't say. The little dash button doesn't even tell me how large it is.
The little dash button.
Yeah, it's the zip. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
Let me see mine. Okay, I just looked at mine, and it is 77 megabytes.
Damn.
So what you do is you go to your Live 2D models folder, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go to the folder of your model. You right click. You go to properties. And then it tells you the size on disk and size. Did you get confused along the way?
Yeah, I don't know where I am.
Okay. So, you know in VTuber Studio, the folder where you drop your fucking models?
Yeah.
Go there. Go to the folder where you put your files so then VTuber Studio can let you select your model. Okay, hover over the folder
along the way.
Hover over the folder with your model.
Okay.
Okay, then right click it.
Uh-huh.
And go to properties.
Uh-huh.
And then it says the size.
108 megabytes.
God damn! That's a fat ass model, bro.
how
Holy
large is yours?
shit. 77. You got a fat fucking model, dog.
I gotta look at this ass. Look at this booty.
Where?
Look at this booty.
Where? Where? That's all fish.
I'm a big fish.
God damn. What are you, a fucking red snapper in fucking Animal Crossing? Jesus Christ.
I'm a mackerel. I'm a beluga.
Dear Lord.
Big fish. Monarch is thick confirmed. That's only one of my models too. I have 3 others.
Yeah, so do fucking I, but Jesus Christ. They're not 100.
Yeah, that's just her. Wait, let me see if the other one. So that's just Siren.
Damn, boy.
Let me see what the other ones say.
Oh, sorry. I was wrong, by the way.
Oh?
My current model that I'm using is 71. So it's less. My Cy Yu model is 77.
I don't know what model this is. 3.0 is 162 megabytes.
Holy fuck! It went bigger! Bro, you're almost at 200! God damn! Lose some data! Holy shit, man! What the fuck is worth 162 That's 100. That's 90 more than mine. What are you doing? What toggle do you have?
I think it was all my animation ones because that model.
What animations does your model have that equate to 160 fucking megabytes?
I don't know. Wait, that might be this one. It might be like her tail and stuff. I don't know.
What can your model do? Show me what your model can do right now.
Listen, listen, she doesn't have that many toggles.
How are you 170? Sorry, 160. Sorry, my bad.
I have this one. I have like my little
your knife?
My knife one.
Yeah, your dagger.
And then I have this one. Let's say what? I have my tail. I have 2 different tails. So that could be it too. I have this one, and then I have my the tail up.
Mm-hmm.
I have bubbles.
Okay.
Oh, I have my water gun.
Okay.
I do have a lot of face toggles.
Do you see my model?
Mhm.
Do you see how it has flames on its ear constantly moving?
Yeah.
The data of my non-existent arm, the scarf that is animated like liquid, the fire on my shoes.
I think it's the
And
detail.
I'm 100 less fucking megabytes.
I think it's the details that I have.
Also, how
Like,
come I've
I have-
never seen this dragon scale looking face?
Oh, this one I always forget to use it.
Dude, that thing looks great.
Doesn't it?
It looks cool as
it's
fuck.
It's the siren, yeah.
Yo, give me
I-
PNGs
I-
of that, because the PNGs of that would be really cool on thumbnails.
They would be cool, yeah. I will say I think it's her details. I think it's all the jewelry. Like I'm zooming in
Fair.
for chat, but if you
yeah,
if you
looking
look
at
like,
the tail and yeah.
like on her chest, like that's so many. I think that's like probably like 50 layers in just her chest.
Hold on,
Like,
I gotta send a message.
yeah, it's a lot of megabytes of forehead.
Hey,
space.
Soy, how the fuck is Monarch's model?
I'm a big girl.
160 megabytes. Thanks. Anyway,
I'm a big girl.
yeah, we know.
She's got a big booty. I do have a lot of face. How many face toggles do you have?
Clearly not as many as yours.
Clearly. I have. Oh, I can also take my fangs. My fangs can disappear.
Oh yeah, there was a time that we were like, oh, we're gonna be Fang Bros, because
Fangs!
I got fangs and you got fangs.
Yeah, I like the fangs. I'm gonna miss them in other models.
Oh, well, just make it a
Yeah,
toggle.
Chat gets mad. They're like, put the fangs back.
Bring it back.
I know it's like Joel's model when they take him out of the cage.
God, yeah.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 faces.
Yeah, that
8
sounds right.
faces. Yeah.
No, it sounds right on my end.
I don't know. I think she's just a big. She got a lot of details.
It is a lot of details.
Because I will say, like your model does have like the animation details, but like
Yeah,
in the actual
it's
model
pretty.
itself,
It's pretty like
yeah.
smoothed out. Yeah, like it's more shine than
Yeah.
anything else in comparison to your fucking little
I got a lot of
beads
doodads
and jewelry and the
Yeah.
the monarch flower, whatever the fuck I'm even looking at.
Yeah, the butterfly in the chest. Yeah, and then like all the gems in my tail, and I think, but
Yeah.
I think it's the I have like jewels. I have like in my head. Like there's a lot of details.
It's really funny because like I'm talking with Vertex on 2 models, right?
Mhm.
One that won't come out anytime soon, and then one that will come out soon. And the one that's coming out soon is probably a little bit more complicated than this one. And then the other one, I was like, hey, but this one's simple. And they're like, oh, thank God. And I was like, well, the toggles won't be, but the design is.
That's amazing. See, I always forget to use toggles, which actually that's one of my recommendations for beginning VTubers.
Yes.
Don't do a ton of toggles.
Yeah.
I
There's
just
really
forget to
no
use them.
point. Like, I'm going to be honest, most of the toggles, if it wasn't for VTS Reacts, a lot of the toggles would not be used.
Yeah. I mean, I did a ton of animation toggles for my 1.0.
Yeah.
Just like so many. And I really never used them.
His man got so many, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of them, but I just don't.
Yeah.
Use 'em. Yeah.
Same.
It's just really funny.
Yeah, I use my water gun one most of all.
Yeah, I should do that. I used to have the shark chest one, but the thing was, it glitched in the sense of like
Oh.
it does blast, but with the green screen, it doesn't.
Oh.
It doesn't show the laser. It only covers up my. It only it flashbangs like my body.
No. Yeah.
So that was really funny.
Yeah. That's funny. I also have 2 models in the works.
Oh, I actually have like a third and a fourth.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm in concept for a third.
Yeah, like one of the models is in concept right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's another thing. Yeah, is that you have to play the long game with VTubing because
for
things
sure.
it does take a year to do your model.
yeah,
So-
depending, obviously. Like some models, like this model took like almost 2 years, but some of the models I'm working on, like one of them has been in the works for like 3 months and it's almost done. Some of them, like Yeah, but it's always good to concept like ideas of like what you want.
Right.
But just because, you know, and PNG tubing, like it's just so much easier. Like it's just, it's like, I want a new PNG, a new drawing, right? Like it's that much easier. So
yeah, it's not like everything has to be animated.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Did we get through all the questions?
We did. Oh my god, what's that animation?
Oh, my wings?
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I don't I use it, but I like to have it off a lot because it covers up way too much.
It takes up a lot of the screen, yeah.
Yep, it sure do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another thing I would recommend to beginning VTubers is to be careful like what will cover your screen.
That is true.
You'll never end up using it.
That is.
Yeah, actually, Monarch's tail, when I first got her tail was on the left side of her, and I was like, no, it has to be on the right side because when I stream like games and stuff, her tail's gonna like. Can you imagine if this tail was on the other side and it would just like it would cover so much of the game screen? So that's why we have it on.
Or
side.
Crazy concept, you just have your model on the other side.
Yeah, I could, but I like having her on the bottom right.
Yeah, but if that was the problem, you could just.
I would have then had to recommission all of my overlays, which actually we haven't talked about overlays or backgrounds at all yet, because that's a whole other thing.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think overlays are necessary.
Really?
I know that a lot of people backgrounds I get. Overlays, I don't get it.
That's fair.
Like, and to each their own poison, right? I don't think there's a wrong answer. I don't think there's a right answer. But for me, I just, it takes up way too much, like, of the screen when you could use up the game. And I know that it makes it nicer because then it's like chat is there and, you know, it doesn't cover up the game and it doesn't like, you know. But I don't know. I like being in the game. I like being in the game. That's my perspective. Yeah.
I think there's also so many free options now as well. There's so many templates that you can use that weren't there when we started.
Yes.
There's also that. I respect that. When I say overlays, I mean like backgrounds and stuff too. I mean like everything that happens.
Sure.
Because like you could put all your money into model, but then what are you going to do with like what else do you got? Like, you know, like what else is the stream going to be?
Like the starting soon screen. Like even then, the starting soon screen doesn't have to be anything stupid fancy, right?
No, it can be. There's also templates for that too.
Yeah. It could literally just be if you want, hey, look at this background right now with the really MS Paint looking ass Scuff and Stuff. You could literally just go on MS Paint, put starting soon, give me a sec.
Yeah,
and you'll be fine.
Also just like put some fan art with some text that's moving just so that you can see the stream.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when I first started streaming. I just had like a plain image with like text that was moving.
Nice.
And it was like stream starting soon. I remember my dad texted me being like, your stream's frozen. Like it's been starting soon now for like 10 minutes. And I was like, oh, it's because I'm not live yet. It's starting.
Thanks, Dad.
It's really cute, really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then there's the honestly be right back screen. I don't think is necessary, but it is super helpful.
I like it.
Yeah,
I think
I like mine too.
Screen is not necessary.
Ending screen I don't think is necessary. The thing is starting soon I get. Be right back and ending screen I think are optional because be right back is helpful if you're like, hey, I'm gonna go to use the restroom.
Yeah.
And the main reason for be right back and ending soon is for me if you get rated or if you get like a notification, right?
Yeah.
And be like, hey, you just got rated. Oh, he's gone. Or, oh, they're about to end. I shouldn't rate them. You know what I mean? Because then a lot of streamers, myself being one of them, if I get rated, I'm like, ah, damn. Well, I guess I better stream for like another 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So.
Yeah. I think BRB and starting, but there's also so many templates for that as well. Like,
those are honestly the most optional things in my opinion. But
yeah, you don't even need like an animated background. Like this background that I'm using, the Scuff and Stuff, is flat. Like the one you're using is flat too. But I do have backgrounds that are animated. And I think they're fun and cool, but they're not necessary.
Yeah, it's all optional stuff. It's what you can afford, what your budget is. If you want to make it look somewhat fancy, it's not necessary.
I just counted them, 11 backgrounds.
What?
I have 11 backgrounds.
Jesus, I don't have that.
Yeah, I have so many.
Yeah. And also emotes and like alerts, like emotes you can't even get until you're an affiliate, right?
Yeah.
So it's just make sure you got a little bit of a game plan, you know, like what you want to do.
Yeah, don't put all your money into start. Just do it simple.
Meow, meow.
Yeah. Bless you though.
Thank you.
I think we've. Did they talk about recording equipment and programs they use? That's a great question.
Oh.
Yeah, this is. I feel like a lot of people use the same programs.
For 2D, for sure.
Yeah, for 2Ds. Streaming wise, there's Streamlab Elements, which is what I've started on.
let me give you the lowdown. I use a Rock Band mic. I use VR chat. This is actually 3D. Check this out. I'm just gonna do a flip. Yeah, that's right.
What was that?
What do you mean?
What's happening? Wait, what?
It's a bit.
Oh, when you did that, your like scarf moved in a certain way, and I thought something like happened onto your model.
You fucking. I'm like, what? It's a bit.
Like,
do you not know?
That?
It's yes and Monarch. Please, come on. Like fucking Christ. I thought we both. Come on, we're actors for fuck's sake.
Sorry, my apologies. Wow, look at that flip, crazy, 10 out of 10. Simone Biles over here.
Anyway, if you're using 2D, usually the program you go to is VTube Studio because that seems to be the program that everybody uses. There are some other options. I am unfortunately unfamiliar with them.
I actually had a V-Roid model in the beginning before I had Monarch. Yeah, so that's actually a really nice one because there's so many. You can get like you can make like a free model. That's the one where you can just like choose your hair and choose your outfit and choose the color. Yeah, that one's really nice.
V-Roid, there you go. But remember, chat, if you use those free models, make sure to not make merch because you do not have the license to that shit.
Yeah, make sure that they're just free to use. There are also many free to use 2D models as well that let you change their hair and change the color and stuff. They're semi customizable.
And credit the artist, please. Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many options as well for that. But yeah, VRoid Studio, VTube Studio are the main programs. I would recommend an iPhone for the face technology. And I saw some questions about that, why so many VTubers use the iPhones. And it's because of the built-in facial recognition software that the phones have. They just have the best software right now. That's what it is.
You don't have to get the latest iPhone or whatever. You can get like an older one. Just make sure to do your research and see which one has facial recognition. Webcam is available. It's just like for the more like accurate, quote unquote,
nuanced,
like facial recognition iPhone. But if you're starting out and if you got a webcam and your webcam works, then you don't have to get an iPhone. Hell, you don't even have to get an iPhone when you're deep into the trenches. But yeah. And just be careful, even though it is an older model. This happened to me. Speaking of scuff, I was VTubing so much with this one phone, it lasted me a week. It overheated so much that the frontal camera broke. Like the front camera broke. And it looked like it was something out of the Matrix. Like my face, it literally became black and green.
Damn.
I sent it to some friends and some friends were like, bro, this looks like an album art.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, so just be careful. The phones can overheat, so just make sure to turn them off every night, or just make sure that there's a way that they're cooling down. And if they're older models, then they might burn out a little bit faster, unfortunately. So that's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah. But yeah, those are kind of the programs. I mean, there obviously are other ones that you can use, but those are kind of the big ones that everybody uses.
Oh, Mike, real quick. Jokes aside from the Rock Band mic, the Elgato Wavelength 3 is a good USB mic. There's also the Blue Snowball and Yeti. I personally use my old Neumann 102.
That's what you're using right now?
Yeah, that's what I'm using right now.
Oh.
Yeah. It's my old one, and in Texas, I use because I had an extra. I'm using the Mic Parts S87, which is the mic I use to record voiceover. So yeah.
See, when I started streaming, I went, "What is a streamer mic?" So I bought the SM7B.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the SM7B. The only thing is with the SM7B, you need a cloud lifter.
Yes, I found out the hard way.
Yeah, that's the only thing to make it less problematic. So if you're starting out and you're looking for a cheap option, there is the Audio Technica, the AT2020. There is also the Wavelink. The Elgato Sound Wavelink is actually pretty solid. It reminded me of the Shure 42 USB. But just keep an eye out, see what works. And at the end of the day, the thing is, just make sure to like mess with the mic settings, like whatever mixer you use, whether it's a Go XLR or whatever other preamp, or if you're using Elgato's like sound program, just make sure you mess around with the settings so it sounds crisp. And because it doesn't matter how good the mic is, if your area around you sounds like dog shit, you are going to sound like dog shit. So
yeah, I would say before spending thousands of dollars on a mic, spend that money on a good audio interface and upgrading your space that you record in, which means acoustic foam, which means things to dull the echo, that kind of stuff. Which is hard when you're in a space where you have like a desk and monitors and walls, but you got to make do.
No love for the Rode. Oh, the Rode. I know that Hayden uses the Rode, but I haven't had any. These are just suggestions that we have because this is stuff that we've used or we've like personally like have seen been used, but like, yeah, we don't know every single microphone and thing out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like those are just the big ones. There's obviously many others, but those are the ones that we use and that we recommend. But yeah. I know. There's a world of knowledge online though. There are so many YouTube videos and Reddit pages and online forums and so much information online as well outside of this podcast. If this wasn't enough to
for real
to quench your thirst, there's so much info out there, and obviously everything we said now could even become outdated in a year or so.
1,000. I mean, the information is constantly getting updated. Like, I mean, hell, in a year from now, every 2D model might be using a 3D program because they've made technology where it's like, your 2D model, we can overlap it on a 3D base model, and then you have like a free 3D model or some crap.
Yeah, every month I'm seeing something where I'm like, that's possible. Like it's crazy just how much and how quickly.
Like VTube Studio recently added an update where you can put videos in VTube Studio.
I saw that. That's pretty cool. See, those updates I don't really understand because like my brain just can't wrap around it.
Oh, it's the Subway Surfer update. Hey, chat. Are you watching the podcast? Jingle, are you listening?
Jingle, jingle.
Pay attention.
Subway Surfer update. Jingle, jingle. But yeah. so much crazy out there.
Yeah.
But yeah. I highly recommend giving it a shot if you want to get into VTubing.
Yeah.
Even just making a character is fun. You don't even have to stream to be a VTuber.
Yeah.
You can do other stuff, other content stuff. But yeah.
Make your OC a reality, because honestly, mine is based off Mega Man, Gunvolt, Cave Story. And I just want to make stuff that I thought was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely be inspired by things that you love. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Just make sure that whatever you have is 100% your own and that you're not
1000%.
infringing on somebody else's property or stuff. Just because you know what, you're going to start your own brand. You don't want to have that be piggyback, like you don't want to use somebody else's stuff for that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta watch out for the old copyright.
Better watch out for Uncle Sam.
That old copyright. Yeah.
Oh man, I think that's everything.
I think that's pretty much it. Pretty good episode.
That was a pretty that was like a pretty like obviously we made jokes here and there, but it was like the more. Can we do goofy stuff now?
We can. We should say goodbye though before so that the episode has an end.
Well, thank you for listening to the Scuff and Stuff Podcast, episode 1. Totally the first episode. It always is the first episode.
And definitely not the fourth episode.
Yep. Make sure to check us out live whenever the hell we can because we're crazy and busy individuals.
But we're on everything. Every single program. I mean, every single social media you can find us.
Yep.
But yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, and hopefully the world isn't scuffed next time.
We'll wait and see. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right.